Well, here we go again.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
I want him in the picture next to Declan Rice. I want him. I think he's outstanding. That's Moussa Dembele. Is that Moussa Dembele, isn't it?
That was Moussa Dembele.
Amazing.
It was a last-minute switch.
I'll have him all day long. I think he's amazing. Oh my God, Rob, before we went live, I asked you a question, so I'm going to ask you the same question again.
Before you do, housekeeping. Please don't forget to like, comment on the stream, and share it as well to your social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you hit that bell icon. You'll be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel. And as always, guys, we thank you very much indeed for your support. Do go.
Rob, like I said, Usher, anyone in the chat who's going tomorrow? I want to know just how buzzing you are, right? Right now, I'm not going. I'm going to have to put up with watching this in my pub downstairs and just pretty much pissing everyone off downstairs. That is going to be in the pub. I do not care. I am buzzing for tomorrow, Rob, and I'm not going. Like, my God, I can honestly say I never thought over the recent years that I'd be witnessing anything like this. Like this
certainly not 2 years ago.
No, without a doubt, mate. Like, a year ago when you and me started this channel, we were kind of dreaming that this would be quite good. Like our first 6 months as on YouTube doing, Falls from Iron. We couldn't have asked for a better time to have started it. In all fairness.
Meant to win it.
Like, shit, and here we are now. You and me, as I said, I want to know how excited you are, or everyone else is, for a Europa League quarter final. Not like this. This isn't just we've reached the knockout stages. That's good. This is quarter final good, and this is a massively winnable game, Mr. Gates.
It is.
How excited are you?
I couldn't put it into words. I'm very fortunate enough, as you know. I'm going to the game tomorrow, but it's better than that because I'm actually going to there's a second leg as well. I've managed to wangle a ticket, a little bit of an unorthodox method, but I've got a ticket. I'm going via Eurostar on Wednesday, coming back on the Saturday. The game's on the Thursday, and I'm going to watch my team play in a European competition quarterfinal. Like I say, 2 years ago when Roberto was punching the ball into the back of his net and Pellegrini was standing on the touchline scratching his bollocks, he got shoved out the door, and in comes a manager that 18 months earlier we waved a cheery fuckety bye to. He comes through the door and everyone's sort of like looking at West Ham and going, they're a laughing stock, they're finished, they're bound for the championship. If you'd have told me then we're going to be playing in a European competition quarterfinal and looking realistically, just sort of like having one eye on the opponents, but just having another eye on the semi-final, Eintracht Frankfurt or Barcelona, you got to be kidding me. No chance.
It's nothing that we could have.
And Mark's buzzing. Look, 500 miles away.
Listen, I know. I said it's a winnable game. It's a winnable tie, both legs. It really is. And Hammerhead, he's come in with the comment there. I think it's going to be a harder game than Seville.
Well,
I actually put it on par with Seville. I mean, Seville are second or were second, third in La Liga. When you consider that the three teams that they've got in that league are Barca, Real, and Atletico, and two of those in Real and Atletico are, in a quarterfinal of their own, but in the the top tier of European competition. And then the other team is Barcelona, and they're also in action tomorrow night in our competition. You're looking at it going, well, I personally think that the game against
Stay away, Mr. Burford. Stay away. And I say that with all the love and respect.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree that it's a difficult game, but I'm also going to say, I really do think Seville was the more difficult. I think we go in with we've got to go in with a little bit of apprehension. We've got to be careful. You can't go in thinking, well, we've we've done Seville. We go. Come on, it's Lyon. They're ninth.
Yeah.
They're ninth. Like we can go in with that attitude and get absolutely spanked, be embarrassed. Not being funny. We did that attitude on the game against Kidderminster, and everyone that watched the preview for the Kidderminster game can go back and watch it. I said, please don't, because we have a history of games like that against Kidderminster, and lo and behold, we had a game like that against Kidderminster. This one, I mean, I'm not being funny, and again, Gates, I said it to you about it's on the same level as of a Spurs game in that sense. Is that you say we're a different beast, but we did it against Kidderminster. Let's don't just stop. I've lost my thought. I've lost my track.
That's old age for you, mate. That's old age. Mind you, you're a couple of years younger than me, so how do you think I feel?
Yeah, what a couple. All right. No. I've lost my track. I have no idea what I was.
All I'll say about the Kidderminster thing is that I think that with Kidderminster, there was always a possibility of an underlying current, even if it was never spoken about amongst the players, amongst the manager, realistically. And I said it at the time, we should have been able to put out our reserve team and take care of them fairly convincingly if we had the right mindset, which we didn't. Now, I don't think there's any chance of us taking to the pitch over against Olympique Lyonnais over two legs.
Look at you giving it the full name. Look
That's
at
their
you
name.
not even
That's
sticking around. Like,
all right, Lyon.
All in, aren't you?
Lyon. There you go. Okay. There's no chance that over two legs we are going to underestimate a team like Lyon. I mean, they won the French league 7 times on the trot. I know that the last time they won the French league was about 2008, I think. So their glory days are sort of like about 14 years in the distance.
A lot more recent than when ours were.
Yeah, there is that. There is that. Fireworks party 3 a.m. at Hoxton. Really? What? Tonight?
Tomorrow?
Or tomorrow? Tell me, Dave. Come on. You can't just leave that hanging there. You need to give me more information than that, cuz. Is he better than Gordon Banks? Well, they're two completely different positions. Gordon Banks was a goalkeeper.
Is he meaning Gordon Banks, or is he meaning the young lad Gordon that's playing tonight for Everton?
Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to save Elliot here. I'm trying to help Elliot out. I'm thinking. I'm hoping that's
not only that, but Gordon Banks is dead. So Jared Bowen's definitely better than Gordon Banks.
When Gatesy, don't fuck about an old back, mate. Just go all in. Stick the boot in on the poor bastard. Just go for it. Go on.
Listen, you know me. I like having a little bit of fun. I like having a bit of fun.
I'm going to wait till you get to Tom's comment before I make the comment. So, it is 1-0 Real.
Ooh.
Karim Benzema.
Chelsea, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I exactly that. I don't think there's any chance that we will underestimate Lyon. I really don't. Declan getting booked. Yeah, that is a worry for me. That was a cheap yellow card.
Okay, would you take us winning 2-0 and Deck getting a yellow in the first leg?
If he got the second leg, winning 2-0 tomorrow, or
yes, and then he's out of the second leg and available for the quarterfinal if we do
semi-final.
Well, semi-final, sorry. Yeah. That's what I take. This, Tom, we could pick a team from YouTube. We could even put Happy in goal at 4'0" and win a couple of league titles in La Liga, in League One. I believe it.
Steady. She's not that tall.
Okay.
Oh dear. Yeah. Look, I can't put into words how I feel about the whole tie. Tomorrow's big. Thursday next week is even bigger. Would I accept Declan
Damn
Rice
right,
getting
Thomas.
booked tomorrow?
Damn right, Mr. Burford.
And us winning tomorrow 2-0? Yeah, I would, because I think that if we approach it right, I think we would have enough in the second leg to not lose by enough. I don't think they would have enough behind them. I think they could possibly beat us by a 1-goal deficit, but I don't really see them overturning a 2-goal deficit. Just my opinion, with or without Declan Rice. I think we've got enough. I would take that, because then he would be available. The slate would be rubbed clean, and if we get past them.
Whereas, Kent, you'll be able to answer this if Gatesy can't. If he gets booked in the second leg and we go through, does that mean then he misses the first
semi-final
leg
first leg? That is my understanding.
Can't have that. He needs to get booked tomorrow, and we need to win tomorrow. That, or he just doesn't pick up a yellow card across 2 games. That's fine. But you can't.
Wally, she's put up with a lot worse, mate. You see some of the messages that I kick out on that WhatsApp group. I just like taking the you-know-what.
Yeah, I mean, she was trying to get on top of the kitchen cabinets earlier, wasn't she? Let's be honest.
With that huge, great ladder?
Well, that 25-foot ladder. Yeah.
We love you, Happy. We love you. Elliot, yes, we could. I'm not saying we will. There's a difference between will. I'm not going to make a proclamation we will win the Europa League.
I mean, everyone's banging on, Rob, that if we get through this, we face Barca in the semi. There's no guarantee of that. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of saying if we get through tonight, Barca in the semi. Doesn't mean
do
that.
A service to Frankfurt, doesn't it?
Hammerhead there has said, I want Frankfurt in the semis. My problem with that is we had a run-in with them bastards in Seville.
We did.
We end up having to face them. There becomes an underlying issue.
Okay.
Oh,
fair. That would be good news. That would be good news.
2-0 tomorrow, doesn't get booked. 4-0 on next week and gets booked. I don't care.
Fair enough. Tom's just thought that the cards got wiped, even if he was booking the second leg, but he might be wrong. But that doesn't include red. So should Declan get sent off? What?
It's 2-0.
What? Chelsea are 2-0 down.
Chelsea are 2-0 down. Oh, Benzema again. It gets so much better, Rob.
He's one of these players that as he's got older, and I know obviously he had his issues off the pitch with his French teammates and all the rest of it, which I've got to be honest, I think he's a complete scumbag for, if you sort of read the story.
The story, yeah.
But as far as playing's concerned, I mean, he's well into his 30s now, isn't he? Yeah, he's still just tearing it up. All right, he's surrounded by a raft of quality players, the like of which most players of his age don't get to play alongside. But he's still doing the business, isn't he? He's still doing the business. So, should we get on to the teams, old chum?
Do it. What you got for me? Let's have a
look.
Right.
Okay. Let's get rid of that and go full screen. This is my prediction for what David Moyes is going to kick out tomorrow. And I'd like everybody in the live chat and yourself, Duke, as well, to give me your thoughts on what you think that the 11 is going to be. So, in goal, I believe it is going to be Alphonse Areola. Pretty standard for the Europa League, but for the first game away to Zagreb in the group stage. Back four, I suspect from left to right, will be Cresswell, Zuma, Dawson. And I've got a funny feeling it will be Vladimir Kufal. I've just got a sneaking suspicion. I'm sorry, Wally. I know you were hoping to see Ryan Fredericks, but I've just got a sneaking suspicion that Mr. Moyes is going to put in Mr. Kufal for his experience. And I think also the fact that offensively, what he offers is plenty of crosses into the box, plenty of opportunities for people to get on the end of. The double pivot picks itself. Declan Rice will have the armband. Thomas Souček will be alongside him. Then in front of them, I think Pablo Fornals will be the number 10. And either side, left and right, it will be Said Benrahma and Jared Bowen. Up top, through the middle, Michail Antonio has the number 9 shirt. Duke, talk to me. What do you think?
Spot on.
Yep.
I think you nailed it. I think I look at that and From what Budgie's just said there, from what Happy has also said in the comment there about Fornals. Now, listen, on Sunday, I made the comment that at half time when Fornals was moved more central and that Ben Rama was moved out onto the left, Ben Rama looked more effective.
That's why I've put Ben Rama on the left,
yes. And that is why if Mr. Moyes says what you've done, if Mr. Moyes does what you've done there, makes perfect sense. I know what the guys are saying about Fornals out on the left. He helps with the defensive side of things with Cresswell. I've said that all season, but I just think Ben Rama, from an attacking point of view, is better out on the left, coming in on the right and letting go, than he is trying to find that space where it's far too crowded in the middle. I very much agree with your right back choice. I don't think Glenn Ben is going to be fully fit for it. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, the noises that David Moyes has put out in his pre-match presser seem to indicate that Johnson has more of a chance than Kufal, which is precisely what leads me to believe that Kufal will get the nod, because there's so much bullshit that David Moyes says in his pre-match pressers that, this player's struggling, that player's struggling. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I think that you don't play a game of poker and you don't sort of like flip your cards over and go, this is what I'm playing with. You absolutely try and do everything you can to pull the wool over the opposition's eyes. But I think that it will be Kufal myself.
I mean, Kent says at the top there, he'd played Diop over Dawes. Yeah, I mean, listen, if Dawes is carrying an injury, Dawson is more important to us than Diop. But I am in a situation where this league is, listen, we can't finish lower than 8th, in my opinion, right now. Leicester are too many points adrift, although they've got the 3 games in hand. I think there's a lot of catch up. They're going to focus on trying to win the Conference League in the same way that we want to win this. So I don't think we're going to finish lower than 8th. So for me, my focus would be this tournament. My focus would be this tournament over trying to finish 6th rather than 8th in the league. I'd take 8th and take the tournament. So for me, the focus has to be here. So Dawson, if he's able to, even if he is carrying an injury, I'd start Dawes, and then
He's been carrying that injury for some time, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's managed to play. But if that's the case, then I'd still pick him, and I'd use Diop in the league. We got Burnley, Arsenal, then Burnley,
Brentford next, then Burnley.
Brentford, then Burnley, which I'm going to. Thanks to
you are.
Mr. Gates,
you are. You pulled a few strings.
Bald-headed old man. I love you. I'm going to my 4th game of the season.
Wow.
I'm bringing Joe and the kids. So hopefully we'll meet up. You'll have to sign us all into the supporters bar again.
Yeah.
I had so much fun in there. We met the lovely Happy. Spent some time with Stell, with Russie B as well.
Yep.
I met an old work friend as well that I hadn't seen in a good number of years. I walked into the bar and she was just standing there. I was like, oh, shitbag, hello. That was, I really enjoyed myself. So thank you for getting me in. It was nice to take Grace to that, and thank you for getting me tickets for Burnley. So what you got with the other team? Because I know absolutely
now never let it be said that I don't try and get as much up-to-date information as possible, because this fell into my lap just a little bit earlier. Let me just go full screen and get rid of that banner. This is the confirmed squad for Lyon as far as tomorrow's concerned. Now, to be honest, an awful lot of Commoner Garden West Ham fans are probably going to look at that and go, to be honest, don't recognise most of the names on there. Possibly names that you might recognise are names like Jerome Boateng. Maybe.
Jerome?
Yep.
Is that the old
Bayern Munich?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so I know 3.
This
4.
fella.
Yeah. Oh, well, you've done well there, boy. I like that. I know him. And I know
you
others.
know you're German.
I know 3 others in there.
Well, you got Emerson. He's obviously a Chelsea player, but he's on loan at Lyon. You've also got Ndombele.
Spud?
Yeah, this one. That's him. Yeah. He's gone there on loan. You got also up top, you got Moussa Dembele, not the Moussa Dembele that played for Spuds, but the one that used to play for Celtic.
Yes.
But one glaring omission. Now, this is good news for us, and this could be quite important as far as the tie is concerned. Certainly be quite important as far as tomorrow is concerned. This chap is out of the squad. Carl Toko Ekambi. Now, for those of you that are not too sure who this guy is, he's currently the joint
goose, isn't
he? He's the joint top goal scorer in the Europa League this season. He has 6 goals, and he is tied for first place in this competition with Galeno of Porto, but obviously they are now out of the competition. So the joint top goal scorer is out of tomorrow's game, which has to put a little bit of advantage into our laps. But yeah, I mean, that's good news, but they've still got Lucas Paqueta, Brazilian playmaker. He's a quality player. We've got to watch out for him. But yeah, this
him, yeah, he's good.
This guy.
I tell you what, you're on fire tonight.
I got a few lined up. I haven't done all of them, but just to show off. But yeah, so that is the squad that has been announced, and the big news is that Carl Toko Ekambi, the top goal scorer in this competition, is not included in the squad tomorrow. Good news. Now, that being said, this was a team that I put together earlier on today before that news came out, and I didn't think that Ekambi was going to make it anyway on the starting lineup. So I think it will be in goal, Lopez, back four. It will be a 4-2-3-1 formation with the left to right, Emerson, Lukeba, Boateng, and Gusto. The double pivot will be Ndombele and Mendes. The midfield attacking 3 will be from left to right, Aouar, Paqueta, and Favre. And up top will be the captain, Moussa Dembele. Duke, over to you.
Is he any relation to Brett?
Brett Favre?
That's the one, yeah, you do well there.
I'm impressed.
I am impressed, sir. I'll give you 10 out of 10 now.
Never let it be said, I don't know my stuff.
I like it. Right, just before I get talking about that pile of shit, I've been asked, I've been given a request.
Okay.
By Green Street Elite, actually. He wanted me to post this, Robert.
Oh.
Now they look familiar, sir.
They do,
don't they? I'm not going to out him, but I'm just going to leave that there. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to leave it there. I'm going to take it away.
I was going to say,
let that float out there. We'll float that out there in the world of YouTube and see what pops up, shall we?
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm looking at that side, and as I say, I know I'm not going to pretend I know.
Hammerhead knows a few of them. He's saying there that he's aware that Aouar is a good player. Dembele is very good. Yes. Favre is a brilliant player. He says, as I say, Paqueta's a player that I am aware of. So. Yeah, this is not a team of mugs.
No, they're not. And listen, they're not going to be mugs by getting to the place that they're at. Same as us. You know what? Teams don't want to play us, Rob. This is the key thing. The Seville manager said he didn't want us. The Lyon manager said he didn't want us. Barcelona fans said they didn't want us. Yeah?
You're just jealous because you haven't got a bus pass, Happy.
It's not that she ain't got a bus pass. She needs to use a ladder to clean the underside of the sink.
Or just to get on the bus.
Yes. Now, I actually personally think that between Antonio and Bowen tomorrow,
Fevrier. Okay, I'll go with that.
they're going to have a great time against Boateng, Lakeba at the back there. Bowen and Antonio are going to run fucking riot tomorrow night. I don't think. Oh, let me wonder. Someone's kitchen. I don't think that Boateng has come up against someone that just doesn't give a shit like Antonio does. What makes me laugh is Antonio doesn't give a shit. Like, it's amazing. He doesn't care. He will just go out. He will get kicked. He'll get up. He'll get kicked. He'll get up. He'll get kicked. He'll get up. And they can do it to him all night because he will let it crack on. You know, has she got a proper screw face on? Does it look like this? Like that? I don't know. Just saying. I do love her, but
Do you know you look like there? Do that again. Do that again. Do you know you look? No. Well, yeah, a little bit. I was thinking. Do you remember Red Wolf?
Yeah.
You look like Crichton.
I'll take that all day long. Robert
Goalpost head.
Robert Llewellyn was one of my favourite characters in that show. I used to live for that show.
Mr. Lister, sir.
Every Thursday night. Hey, I'm gonna get buddy. That's mine. That's mine.
Big head.
It's a great TV show. Love it.
It's still going on, Dave.
It is. It is. I actually had all the DVDs, even when they used pre-recorded studio laughter when it became shit. I still had it all. It was great. I love Red Wolf. It was definitely one of my favourite TV shows
back in the day.
But back to the game. We are going to have to be on our game tomorrow for fear of people like Dembele, AUR, Favre, whatever his name is over there. They have
Fevrier, I believe. Said.
Oh, Fairy.
Yeah,
they have the ability to pick us off. Let's not dick around.
But Boateng's still pretty good at the back.
We have the ability to piss all over them as well. So
yeah,
let's not mess around. We have the ability to win tomorrow. 2-1, Kai Havertz. Dwayne Dibley. Oh, man.
That there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Europa League form and the form in all competitions of the respective combatants tomorrow at London Stadium. What do you think? I'm thinking that as far as the Europa League form's concerned, one of those losses is kind of false because it was a dead rubber essentially against Dinamo Zagreb, where we put out a team composed of largely kids and a couple of bench warmers, to be quite honest about it. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but so that loss I sort of shrugged my shoulders at, and the other loss I kind of shrugged my shoulders at because it's like, okay, we lost the battle, but guess what? We won the war.
Yeah, it's a pointless it's an inevitable pointless conversation, to be fair. As far as I'm concerned, none of that there matters.
Nope.
And I've said this over a few games in the Premier League about previous results and everything else against certain clubs, Spuds, and doesn't matter. Tomorrow's important. There's a lot of noise coming from downstairs through my floor. A lot of noise. I'm kind of hoping that's not 2-2, but we're going to wait and see. Anyone in the chat, let me know. Tomorrow's an important game, Rob, and we've got to we've got to come out on the front foot. We can't dick around tomorrow. We're at home. Let's not play like we're the away team. Let's not give them. I'll tell you what, we need to play like we did against Seville. On the front foot, pretend we're losing 1-0 from the first leg. I don't give a shit how you go about it. But what?
Ooh, Villarreal are beating Bayern.
Holy shit.
Mind you, it is only the first leg. But
wow.
Is that in at Villarreal or is that in Munich?
It's at Villarreal. It is at Villarreal.
Yeah. It's a good start for them, don't get me wrong, but I still think Bayern have got too much legs.
Yeah, maybe Tom. Maybe. My first choice would be Areola.
Dwight McNeil. If saying about
Yeah,
Burnley, Dwight McNeil, I'd
fair
take.
enough. Yeah. Okay.
Goal disallowed. Ah,
Yeah.
fair
Ooh.
enough. Fair enough. Who's your danger man, big fella?
For them,
Yeah. Who's the one that you're really looking at and going, yeah, just need to shackle him, and that's half the job done.
Musa.
There he is.
And
Musa
listen,
Dembele.
others.
What is it you like about him?
Oh, mate, I just think he's a complete forward. I used to love watching him at Celtic, and over a number of years when I used to buy the Football Manager Championship Manager games, he was my first go-to signing from Celtic. Even his first couple of years at Lyon, he was my first go-to signing, and he's outstanding. You look at his stats. I know a lot of managers now use Football Manager as their reference points for stats because as Sports Interactive have got so good at their scouting network to the point I do believe Moyes uses a company very much akin to Sports the guys that do the make the game Football Manager. They use a company very very similar to Sports Interactive that do the scouting, and you can pay. You and I, Rob, if we wanted to, could pay £300 a month to get the premium product of what what Moyes uses, as far as I'm aware, he uses it. And if you look at Dembele's stats, he is a very much a complete forward. He has something to offer in every area that you'd expect a striker to do so. He is quick. He is physical. He is great in the air. He's powerful. He loves to run at defenders. He loves to also, without the ball, get into the gaps behind. I've got a lot of time for him. And I'd listen. We win if he was the one. I know we were linked with him a couple of times when we first started this channel. And I know we were certainly linked with him in the transfer window up until the summer window up until August last year. I know we were linked with him a couple of times, and I think I'd still go for him this summer. Personally, I think he's a complete forward. I think he'd complement what we do and how we do it, and I think he'd be a really good fit. If I may, Mr. Roberts, quickly,
yes, please do.
I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this because I have no way of doing this.
Anything I can help with?
No, I need an extension lead and my laptop charger because it's just come up that your Mac will be put to sleep soon.
Oh dear, we can't have that.
I've got 10%, so
oops.
I don't know where my chargers are. I had it on charge before I came out. It must have not charged.
Oopsie daisy.
Anyway, let's try and get through it. Let's see where we get.
So, just sort of switching it, you've obviously stated who the player is from the opposition that you think we need to keep quiet in order to maximise our chances. Which West Ham player do you think needs to turn up to maximise our chances also?
Two.
Two.
I have two. Yeah.
Give me the first one and give me your reasoning.
One. Well, there's three. One, really, Jared Bowen just needs to be Jared Bowen. And that he just needs to show. Antonio needs to find something. Mikel Antonio needs to find something because he could be the key, the in and out of what happens tomorrow. I'm not saying he has to score, but I'm thinking he just needs to be his usual big bastard self and throw himself around, get stuck in, cause havoc, make them question themselves. And then the third one may surprise you.
Might do. Go on.
But I'm going with Saeed.
That does surprise me. Good God. Are you feeling all right?
I'm going with Benny. Benny has the ability. He knows the French league. Okay, he came out of France before he joined
True.
Brentford, before he came to us. He's going to know the styles of play. He's going to know, tactically some of it. He's going to kind of know. He's probably going to know some of the players, So I think tomorrow has Benny's name written all over it. If he really wants it, Rob. If he really wants it, the Burnley game when he scored that goal, and me and Mr. Fever decided that swearing at each other was the better option rather than talking like a pair of adults. The game against Newcastle at the start of the season when he was superb. He has an all good probability tomorrow to make that his defining moment this season is the Benrahma rocks up and goes, "Hello, look at me," and turns up and does. And I'll tell you what, I want nothing more than to see that. Happen.
Fair. Guys in the live chat, get involved with this one as well. One of you already has given you a score prediction. I have started it, so we'll come back to it. Duke, score prediction, please. How's this game going to play out tomorrow? Not over the tie, just tomorrow.
Oh, listen, we're at home. We look good against Seville. I'm going to agree with Hammerhead. I'm not going to agree with Hammerhead. We're keeping the clean sheet tomorrow. It's 2-0.
Yep. 2-0.
It's 2-0 West Ham.
Exactly what
Mr. Burford, he's in there.
I think it needs to be 2-0. I don't think a 1-goal advantage is quite enough. I think a 2-goal advantage is massive. To go to Lyon with a 2-0 or a 3-1, because it doesn't matter if it's an away goal now, because the away goals rule is in the bin. So whether we win 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, 5-3 doesn't matter. If we can get a 2-goal advantage going to Lyon, huge. Absolutely
huge. Fucking Numpty's turned up.
Now.
Numpty's turned up.
No need for that.
There he is. There's the spanner.
I'm only surprised it wasn't something like 7-1.
I was expecting 32-0, to be honest with you, but hey ho, hi Peach, how you doing, mate?
Ian says 2-1 win to West Ham. We also had earlier Gaza chipped in with 2-0. He's also given his goal scorers. So if any of you guys want to chip in with your goal scorers, please do.
Good shout, yes.
Bowen and Antonio. Hammerhead says another clean sheet, that making a statement, in my opinion. We've had a lot, though, in Europa. Most of our games we've had clean sheets. That is true. Happy Hammerhead's having a go at you. Just
make a fucking change, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Stuart says 2-1, and the second game decides it. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going 2-0. I'm going 2-0. Go big or go home. I'm going 2-0, and if we get a 2-goal advantage, I'm reasonably confident that we come out the other side and we go into the semi-final.
That I agree with.
Oh, it does my head in. They took one against Everton the other day towards the end of the game. But even so, I'm just like, for Christ's sakes, we're meant to be one of the better teams as far as scoring goals at set pieces is concerned. Why are we playing short corners?
It's not supposed to be. We are one of the better teams.
Nuts.
From free kicks and corners. Yeah.
Don't get it.
It frustrates the shit out of me. What also frustrates the shit out of me is the fact that they can't beat the first man from a corner. What in God's green earth are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
basic, innit?
Yourself. Oh, mate.
Surely that should be what they're working on the training pitch.
Yeah, to get it
when they're not playing a game. How hard can it be? But there you go. Any before we wrap it up, Duke, is there anything else you want to bring to the table, to the masses? Well, 15.
No, to those of you going tomorrow, do me a favour. I know you will. And I please just. I'm going to Burnley game, Haps. Is it the 17th?
16th?
16th. One of them.
Something like that. Hang on, I'll find out for you.
Yeah, sing loud, sing proud. Make sure that the noise is heard everywhere. I'll be flying the flag here at the
17th.
pub. 17th, yeah. I'll be flying the flag here at the pub. If anyone watching, it's 15 of you. If you can't get to the game, if you don't have tickets, please join me. You're more than welcome to. You know where the pub
All
is
right,
now. We've
Duke.
promoted. I'm there. I'm right there. In fact, I'm above that right now. I'm in the office. But if you can't make it, just come and spend some time with me. I do have a young lad who I've got better baskets than that now.
Have
And
you
I've
not
got
got a photograph of you outside of your boozer?
not at
A
the minute,
more
no,
updated
because
one?
I've got a T Rex in the first window actually, because that's Logan's bedroom. Um,
Ah,
yeah, make the noise. I've got a young lad that comes in my pub. He came up to me last night, um, absolutely buzzing. Bless him. That his friend had given him a ticket for tomorrow, and
nice.
not only had he given him a ticket, but he's found out that he was on 10 till sixes rather than 11 till sevens this week. So he's able to get there for it, which is
Brilliant.
I'm buzzing for him, absolutely buzzing for him. I know Cyber, he's obviously he's going through. Is it Eid at the moment? I believe it's Eid at the
Ramadan.
moment. So Ramadan, that's the one. Thank you. So I know that he's going to be watching from home. So guys, you go and make as much noise as you can. If you can, make as much noise for those of us that aren't going, because I've got a feeling we're going to need it. It's going to be a tough game, but my God, we can be the third man. Third man. We can be the 12th man tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If you'll just bear with me, one thing that I'd like to do as well before we knock it on the head is to point you in direction of Iron supporting food banks, because we saw the Pearly Kings, didn't
We
we?
saw the
And a
Pearly
Pearly
Kings.
Prince.
Yes, yes, they were at the supporters club, looking
They
all
were.
buttoned up. They looking fantastic. But they
Links in
do
the
a
live
great
chat,
job.
guys.
They do a great job, Rob. And I've got a lot of time for it. We're doing something ourselves actually at the pub. I'm going to give it a bit of a selfless plug as well. I hope you don't
Yeah,
mind.
do it.
We're doing an Easter thing where there are some people out there that are less fortunate than ourselves, and there's going to be kids. Hopefully not locally, but there will be kids on Easter Sunday that wake up without an Easter egg waiting for them when they come downstairs in the morning. And I don't think that should happen. Personally, I know there are some that can't have, the chocolate or whatever, whatever anything else that they can or can't do. That'd be great. So we're running a thing here at Lewisham Tavern where it's a little community project where no kid should wake up without an Easter egg on Easter Sunday. So we're taking donations in the pub. If anyone, if you're coming down and want to donate, that'd be great. It's much the same as what these guys do. No one should have to go hungry. It's just it's common decency as human beings to help each other out when we have the opportunity to. So like Rob says, I stuck my hand in my pocket as we were going across the bridge on Sunday. Grace asked what it was all about, so I explained to her. And then obviously we saw them give a little interview on the network, didn't we, Rob? So it's a worthwhile cause, guys. So if they're there tomorrow, chuck a few quid in the bucket as well for me, please.
Yeah, no, they do a fantastic job. I same as you. My daughter and I. We came out of Ebbsfleet International, and I was walking across the bridge towards London Stadium, and I actually made a detour. I hadn't been to see the Ribman Mark Javot for a little while, so I went round. And I'll give him a plug as well for those of you that are going with the Ribman. What's this? He's set up at a place called The Lot, which is basically right next door to Hackney Wick Overground Station. It's a nice little area that they've got. Food, drink, music, camaraderie, and good times. So it's another place that you can add to your various places. You can go for pre or post match entertainment, whether it's the Lot by Hackney Wick Overground Station, whether it's the Hammers Chat Boats, whether it's the West Ham Supporters Club by the Orbit, or any other places besides what's the Weatherspoons at Stratford? Happy will tell me, because I was talking to Bill West of Garage Football yesterday. I think it was the Golden something. She'll know, because she likes sort of going into Weatherspoons in various
Basically,
towns
what
up
you're
and
saying
down
is
in
she's
the
a
UK.
pisshead.
You may very well say that. I could not possibly comment. No, because she has mentioned it to me before. She's mentioned the pub in conversation. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called the Golden something or other. It's basically opposite the Morrisons in Stratford.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of places to go. But anyway, the point is, I was going over the bridge and I saw the first thing I saw were the Pearly Kings and the young lad, because you had the Pearly King of Mile End and the Pearly King of Highgate.
Highgate,
Highland and Highgate, yeah. And then you had the young lad. I think he was the Pearly Prince of Mile End, if I remember correctly. But no, Highgate, one of them. Anyway, and I saw John, who's the guy that's the main man of the Iron Supporting Food Bank. And I just went up to him and I said, "You're John, aren't you?" And he was like, "Yeah." I said, "No, I've just seen you on some streams and whatever." And I said, "Look, I haven't brought any food with me, to be quite honest. But here's a few bob." And he was very Golden Globe. There you go. It's the Alzheimer's happy. What can I say? It's the old memory loss. Golden Globe, Grove. So there you go. What can you do? Golden Globe, Golden Grove, Golden something, Golden Nuggets. I don't know, whatever. So anyway, so that's my little bit of rattling of the tin. Please do consider giving generously. Lots of families, maybe not as fortunate as us. I mean, we're all going through a cost of living crisis in this country, in this world, as a result of all sorts of things that have gone on. The last 2 years have been an absolute shit show. And then we've obviously got the situation in Ukraine, which is obviously causing problems for the people in Ukraine fundamentally before anything else. But then it's obviously the knock-on effect with all of the energy prices and all the rest of it that have gone up as on the back end of that. So, but an awful lot of us are still quite fortunate that despite the fact that we have got an awful lot more stress put on our day-to-day expenditures, there's some people that seriously are just sort of like living hand to mouth. You know, it's like, well, I've got a choice. I can either heat up my flat and keep warm, or I can have a meal, but I can't do both. That's the stark choice that these people are facing. So, you know, if you've got a few bob that's just sitting there doing nothing, you've got the Just Giving link, and I did put it in the chat, so please get in there. I'll say there's plenty of families in the Newham area that will thank you for it, and it will be money well spent, seriously. So anyway, right, I'm gonna pack up waffling. I think I'll say I've done my little promotion for it, but please do. It really is a good it'll be struggling after tomorrow, I hope, Mr. Singleton. I hope so. But I'm going to end it there, Duke. What are we, my friend?
We're massive. We're fucking massive. Tomorrow, we could even go beyond that.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of you guys that are going, as Duke says, sing your fucking hearts out. Roar the boys home. Come on, you Irons.
Please.